my name is Chief Jane Castor.
Chief Castor, where were you born?
I was born in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, okay. How about brothers and sisters? Do you have any brothers and sisters?
2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay. And your parents?
My father is deceased. He died of cancer when he was 63, and my mom's still alive, 75.
Okay. What do your brothers and sisters do?
My brothers own a cabinet shop, custom cabinet shop, that's been in business since 1977. My dad and my older brother started that, and I actually worked there during my college years. And now my older brother and my younger brother run that.
Can you build cabinets?
Oh, yes. I remodel old houses, too.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and my oldest sister works at Jackson's Restaurant, and my next older sister is a cardiac care nurse.
At a hospital here locally?
She works her husband is a cardiologist, and she was the head of CCU at St. Joseph's for years, and now she works in his office sometimes.
Wow. Tell me what you were like growing up as a young woman.
Well, I guess probably described as a tomboy. I grew up with all boys in my neighborhood, and we grew up out in the country on a lake, and didn't have a lot of money, but really didn't realize it until I was older. And we had, there were horses available. We lived on the lake, played baseball, football. Our house was kind of the place to congregate for the neighborhood. My dad put in a basketball court, and we were kind of the center of the neighborhood. The kids were always hanging out at our house. So, and with my parents, never told me I couldn't do anything. So I kind of grew up in that atmosphere where, if you put your mind to it, you could do it.
You're like 6 foot tall now, so what were you like playing basketball back then with the other kids?
Well, I was pretty good. I ended up going to college on an athletic scholarship, but I was tall and skinny, painfully skinny, my whole life. So
you played basketball. You had a scholarship for college to.
Yeah, I got a full scholarship to University of Tampa for basketball and volleyball in 1977.
Okay. What position?
Center.
Okay.
I was tall back then. Now it's 6 foot. It's not that tall for
is that
female
right?
basketball players.
So in college, what was your major?
Criminology.
Okay. So when you were a young kid, you were playing basketball and so forth, did you play cops?
Yeah, we did. We played the cops and robbers, but I can't say that I had a lifelong dream of being a law enforcement officer. I had an interest, obviously, in criminology, and I kind of had aspirations of going into the federal service. But when I graduated from college, Reagan was the president, and he put a freeze on federal hiring, and I had some friends that I'd gone to college with that had been hired by the Tampa Police Department, and so they talked me into coming over here.
Chief Castor, what was your very first job?
Well, excluding jobs around the house, you mean when I was a kid?
Yeah,
I worked in a restaurant when I was 15 years old.
What'd you do?
Basically bussing tables and those kind of things.
Okay. When did you decide to enter the police academy?
When 1984, I was hired. As I said, I worked through college in my family's cabinet shop, and then I continued working there for a couple of years after college, and applied to the Tampa Police Department and was hired in February of 1984, 26 years ago.
And why enter the field of police work?
Well, as I said, I had an interest in criminology, obviously, as I majored in that in college. But I kind of had aspirations of going to the Secret Service or FBI, and then I had some friends who worked at the Tampa Police Department, and they talked me into coming here and kind of, I guess you could say, stumbled into it, but it's wonderful. There's never been a day that I haven't wanted to come to work at the Tampa Police Department.
Well, I know from reading about you, you had quite a varied number of roles in the police department. Can you describe to me maybe one of the close calls in your career when it was really scary? Something that...
Well, there's a lot of those, but one in particular was, Steve Hogue, the previous chief, he had just made lieutenant, and he was out riding around on the street, and I was a corporal at the time, and we had a series of armed robberies where it was a group of black males that were going around with a shotgun and robbing people on the street corners, and I found the car. And so he was right behind me, and the car went through a public housing area, and I thought they were going to bail out and run. So when they pulled into the housing area, they got up to about 70, 80 miles an hour going through there, so obviously they weren't going to bail out. So I leaned down to turn on my siren to pursue them, and I heard a loud bang, and I looked up, and one of the individuals was sitting out the passenger window with a shotgun shooting at my car.
Oh my goodness.
And it was actually comical now, wasn't very funny then, but my first thought was, he can't shoot at me, I'm a police officer.
Oh, yeah.
But we caught him, actually caught him a couple days later.
Tell me about the Quad Squad, I believe
Quad
it was.
Squad,
Yes.
that was our street level narcotics enforcement, and that was started as a response to the crack cocaine epidemic back in the mid to late 80s. There wasn't a day went by we didn't have some kind of a violent street corner crime associated with the sale of crack cocaine, whether it was a drive-by shooting, some kind of stabbing, something along those lines. So the department formulated the Quad. It was quick uniform attack on drugs. And so we worked in an undercover capacity, did reverses where we would put police officers out to arrest the individuals coming in to buy narcotics. And then also we would go out and make cases on the street corner drug dealers. Probably one of the most, well, not probably, the most effective program that the police department has had was Quad.
What was your favorite assignment?
Most of them have been very good. I would have to say my time in the Intelligence Bureau, because you did everything. Dignitary protection, looked into subversive groups. I had the department's crime analysts, did everything, all the criminal investigations, dealing with law enforcement, public officials, those kind of things. So a wide variety of investigations in the Intelligence Bureau.
Can you take me back to October 1st, 2009, when Mayor Pam Iorio said she was appointing you the next police chief of Tampa? Tell me how you felt that day.
Well, it was a great day. Obviously, it's an honor for me to be leading what I consider the finest police department in the nation. So it was a great day. It was just very humbling, but it's just an honor for me. Probably the greatest honor that I've had.
You manage 1,300 people now. What's that like?
It can get a little crazy now and then, but again, as I said, we have a great police department, and our mission is very simple. It's to reduce crime and improve the quality of life through a cooperative partnership with the community, and that is what we're focused on, and that is what we, eat and breathe every single day, and we've been very successful at it. So that is. It's very rewarding. It's very challenging sometimes to come up with ways to continue to reduce crime, but it's very exciting time in the police department.